Hello, this is Brian Anderson. I'm here with local lead drivers. This is our bonus module number 1. This is an example of some of our client results. And what we're going to showcase here are some simple case studies that are from not only ourselves, but from other members out there that have been using the system. So, for those of you that wonder, can I make money with this? Can I really make this work? Or is it just another info product? This is some real-world rubber meets the road examples. Easy enough. Let's get started. I won't waste your time here. I'm going to showcase 4 examples in this simple overview today. First one is actually my younger brother's company. This is one that I did. This is a company called Anderson Air. And if any of you have known me for a while, I've do different marketing for him. It's located in the panhandle of Florida. It's called Pensacola, Florida. The metropolitan, the MSA, if you will, like the greater area of the city and the suburbs, is a population of 460,000 people. His niche or his business, as you can tell, is heating and air conditioning repair and installation. So let's look at what we did. The goal was May and June of this last year, we wanted to drive new units. Now, I actually did so much work in May that he had too many calls coupled with his existing business. So that sounds ridiculous, but let's look at it. He has current marketing involving 3 different yellow page books because there's still a segment of the market, a decent segment for him that buys out of the yellow pages or generates calls. So he has 3 full page ads. He does SEO and reputation and social media with me. So, all right. The idea was to drive new unit sales in May. Now, he had got a new program where he could do financing, 100% approval if you own the house, regardless of credit, through a finance company. And so that was the goal with these ads. Let's drive people that we can sell some units to that he normally would never have been able to sell. Now, here's a screenshot. We did 82 calls in May. Some days more than others. It just depends on how consistent I was. If you remember in the implementation, it was about consistency. And when you're not consistent, like around May 10th, 11th, 12th, the numbers drop. This is how it goes. And the blue is answered, the red is unanswered. So even he does a good job. He's got a team, but at the small team, but at the end of the day, he isn't catching every single call. So 82 phone calls. Now, what did that actually translate to for his business? Now, for installation leads, you're looking $45 to $50 from Service Magic, or now known as Home Advisor. So he agreed with me that $32.50 was fair, which is hard to get my brother to agree to anything, but $32.50 is fair. We did 82 leads, which is gross revenue of $2,665. Now, I put here, just to be honest, caveat is this company was owned by my brother. So not bad at all. And that's AC. Now it's in Florida at the beginning when it's starting to get warm, so obviously a lot of things came together. Let's look at another example. This is a used car dealership, or what's known as an independent in North Georgia. They're actually outside of the Atlanta market, but straight up, we marketed in Atlanta anyway. 6 million people in the greater Atlanta area. They're about 50 to 60 miles northeast of the city, this business. Buying and selling of used cars is their business. They make money on the financing, the spread between when they buy a car, and the profit on the front end when they sell a car. All right, so the goal is to drive more car sales. Make their phone ring, light up their phone, let their salespeople bring them in. That was the goal. They currently did heavy direct mail, a little bit of SEO with us, and some radio advertising. But direct mail is where they're spending gobs of money, like a whole nother discussion one day on that. Let's see. So in a week, right out of the gate, we did 137 calls. Not all of them were perfect, but most were good. In a month, we did 371. Just to show you ROI for the client, I don't know how many cars they sold, but I got them to agree, let's throw out half as garbage. It's not, they weren't all garbage, but let's throw out half. So let's call it 185. And then let's just say that they sold 1 out of 10 of that number. So that would be 18 cars being sold, rounded down. So 18 cars at a price of a typical profit around $2,000. So it's very likely this client in that month generated $36,000 of revenue. Now we charged them a flat rate. Remember in the pricing module when I talked about the different models? I think number 3 was flat rate, and $600 per week. So it's about $2,600 a month. So in this case, the client paid us roughly $7 a lead. I think it's pretty good. They got a steal. $2,600 to generate what sure looks to be on paper $30,000 to $35,000 plus. I would do that all over, and they did. I'm going to do a third one here for you. This is a construction company in Florida. It's in Central Florida. Market size is roughly $4 million in the greater market area. They do various construction services, repair, renovation, roofing, etc., plumbing. They do a lot of various construction. Got about 10 people. So the campaign with this case, they wanted to try to drive roofing leads. It was a very slow month. Starting in the fall, roofing and this kind of work slows down apparently. They currently do SEO with us, which fortunately they're quite happy. They do some social media, and they do 2 yellow page listing books. Now we did 14 calls, looks like in part month in September, and we then did 13 calls in October. It's just a much slower time, so this is a good real-world example when you don't hit a home run. Everybody only shows you the home runs, right? I'm going to show you a single. This is a single. And we charged them $500 a month flat rate. So they're paying roughly $38 a lead, but I promise you, roofs and roof repair, they're making out like a bandit. So this is a good deal. But this is my example that I want to illustrate that is not a slam dunk like 371 leads. So that's construction. Now the last one I'm going to show you in this brief case study market is a handyman. This is a Chris Handyman. He's North Georgia again. He's about 50 miles north of Atlanta, just outside of the Atlanta city, the fringe of the commuters and stuff. But once again, we marketed him all on the north side of Atlanta and in the suburbs where he is. He does various home repairs, the honey-do list that nobody wants to do. That's kind of his market. All it was is phone calls. His existing marketing sources were pretty sparse. It was really referrals and occasional newspaper ad in the classified section. That's all the guy did. He's a one-man band. He just needs phone calls to kind of make the phone ring and bring in the revenue. That's what he's looking for. So in this case, 91 calls over the end of October through the end of November, just under a month. 91 phone calls. What I want to point out is he didn't answer 20% of them. Interesting, right? This is realistic. This is why when I talk to you about the round robin feature in the call tracking, you want to have 2 clients in any one niche so you can always avoid your lost revenue. So with $15 a lead, this works out to $1,365. Now we actually billed this guy for every call. After he saw how many he missed, we shifted the billing model to only answered calls. So this is a relatively new client, doing quite well, and I couldn't be happier, truthfully, with this kind of results. And I would give me 5 more of these, and I think we can continue this kind of flow. So very, very good. I'm very happy with the handyman. So this is short. This is sweet. All we wanted to do today was highlight specifically 4 real-world examples, 1 home run, kind of a solid one with my brother, a weak one, a single, if you will, with the roofer, and then a pretty strong one there with the handyman. So I think what you'll get is a flavor on what you can actually do with this across a variety of industries. So I look forward to seeing you in the live interview where Valerie interviews Frank Capuzzo live and asks all the tough questions. You're going to love it. Talk to you soon.